Well, I tell you, with all the talk in the football manager community recently about how powerful pace and acceleration are, as well as the other meta attributes, we sure haven't seen it here. We're up against Seattle Sounders here in the first round of the FA Cup, and or seventh round, I'm sorry, our first appearance in the FA Cup. And we need to get some sort of result here because we haven't had any results at all, and it's been pretty bad. We've lost 3 of our last 5. We drew 1, and then we only won 1. And that's not like us, and we give up the ball right away. That's the way it goes. Here's Nathan over to Campbell, and whatever happened, we didn't see it. Mbuku here, who hasn't played that much because he hasn't been match fit. And he does a good move there and takes a shot. There's your pace. That was not bad at all. So he's able to get at least something out of nothing, and we'll see what happens here with this corner. And unfortunately, it doesn't go very far. So we continue to struggle trying to make anything happen. And we also come close to conceding a goal there. It's been a little bit frustrating, as you'll recall from yesterday. Turns out that it was Giekewitz who was the problem, the goaltender who didn't help us out much in the Conference League and then got upset with me about it. So we've sold him. He hasn't left the squad yet. He's over on the B squad now. That hopefully will help get the morale up a little bit. It's been really, really rough. Rukavina here with this over to Broja, and that's the goal. Armando Broja, coming back from injury, has scored with the head, and that makes it 1-0 for Augsburg.
Torschütze heute Nachmittag für das Team der Torschützen.
It was a good cross, and there was that finish. So 1-0 for Augsburg. All feels right in the world again, and we'll see what we can do. Broja wins this back, but unfortunately his pass to Rukavina is not so great. Rukavina, though, wins it again over to Campbell to Broja. Back to Campbell, down to Hoti. Forward for Broja, Mbuku, and he can't quite get around to that. Trulson ends up grabbing that in the back. We're looking a little bit better, but then again, Seattle are probably nowhere near as good as we are anyway, so I'm not sure that I would count all my chickens before they're hatched. Trulson looking for Campbell, and that wasn't much of a pass. And Gumni is there in the back to win that. So it ends up turning out all right in the end. Trulson here with this again over to Hoti, down to Adaramola. Adaramola up to Campbell, looking good. Broja, I think he's offside. They're going to call it no. Passes over from Mbuku. It was a really good move from Broja, but there wasn't much on it. And now the question is, can we do something here to get this ball back? And it doesn't quite happen. That was a pretty good cross on their part, and it was not a very good defensive move on ours. 10 minutes into this match, we are not quite in control as well as I would like, and Adaramola now has been injured. So we lose another one of our players in the back, maybe. It looks like he's going to be okay, though. I guess he was just cramping up. Campbell wins this over on the right side, forward for Broja. Nathan, and that wasn't much of a shot. I think it was deflected from the back. Hoti, excellent job, and he does win it over to Mbuku. Forward looking for Broja, just doesn't work. And that was a really good defensive effort to get back in time. Who was that here who got back in time? Take a quick look. I think it's Mongo. Yeah, it's Mongo who gets back in time to prevent a goal, and we'll see what we can do. It looks like Adaramola is going to eventually have to come off. Rukavina up for Broja. Campbell keeps it alive. Nathan now with the shot from range, and it doesn't really go that far. We're going to, I think, or that was deflected. So, no, they called a foul. Mbuku here with a free kick. That almost trickles in. That was like watching a car accident in slow motion. Here's Mbuku again. And they can't find Monga. Rukavina here in the back with it. Trulson, and Trulson can't do anything with that. It'll be Gumni here in the back. Let's try it again. Knock forward. Nathan now with it. Over looking for Rukavina. Hoti with it. Trying not to take Rukavina off too early because I want to try to get at least something out of him while we still have him. Injuries have ravaged us. Hoti back to Mongo. Nathan now. Beautiful pass. Rukavina over to Hoti. Oh, man. Oh, man. And Hoti gets the shot. There's your Segundo Volante, 2-0 for Augsburg. That was a thing of beauty. Rukavina with this incredible pass despite the injury. Holds up, and there he goes. And man, that was a thing of beauty. Oh my goodness. 2-0 for Augsburg, and I start asking myself why we can't do that in our Premier League matches. Now, you know the reason, right? I mean, it's not like we're against the same level of competition here. That's the thing, right? We are definitely a better squad than they are. Rukavina goes and wins this, so he's looking okay. Out of Ramola down to Rukavina, who's trying to play his heart out. He knocks that forward for Campbell. Down to Nathan. Good move by Nathan over to Rukavina. Almost gets a goal for himself out of the process. So still 2-0 for Augsburg. This will be Truelson here with this. Tackled, but he holds on to it. Forward for Campbell. Can't quite get it to him. Out for a corner. And Nathan here will take this one, looking for Truelson, and the header's up and wide, and always rising, so it doesn't quite work out as well as we would like, but 2-0's not too bad. Truelson with all the space in the world, and he's been fouled. Now they give it a corner kick. Well, it didn't go very far. Here's a throw from Gummi. Campbell to Nathan. And his shot is a total waste. And so we'll keep moving forward. And Buku, however, with this from range. And that's knocked out by one of the Sounders for a corner again. Looking for Truelson again, and it doesn't work, and we'll have a corner. So we'll do it from the other side, and my guess is that they're going to go for, it looks like Mangas here, they're going for a far post. No, it's Truelson again. So they've gone for Truelson now 4 times in a row. None of them have worked. Nathan with the interception, very well timed. Broya over to Mbuku. And, well, it was okay until the finish. He was dispossessed by a very good tackle, but that wasn't bad. Buku, if we had a little bit more speed there, we would have a goal. Nathan here with this over for Campbell. Doesn't quite work. Gumni, however, is behind him and wins it. Nathan to Hoti, and my goodness. That was a wicked shot. Hoti looking for his second goal of the match. Just doesn't go in. Nathan here with this corner. And it was a good idea, but it wasn't very well executed. And are we able to keep this out is the question. And that's been knocked out. That'll be a throw for Seattle. And they end up winning a corner a little bit later. Broya knocks this one over. And we are able to keep it out. Manga ends up with it in the back. And so it looks pretty good so far. We've had all of the momentum in the match. We've had almost all the possession. And we're looking okay. This is a lot better than what we were looking like in the last match against Leverkusen. That was not fun. Hoti wins this. They're in midfield. Campbell. Forward for Mbuku, and he wins it and takes a shot in the end. It's deflected the very last second by Fry, their goalie, so we have another corner. Nathan will take this, and he steps up and fires, and they're looking for Truelson again, far post. That hasn't worked a single time, guys. You might want to try something else. Here's Rukavina over to Hoti. Hoti to Campbell. Campbell loses it, then wins it again. Broya for Mbuku, who's behind the defense, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that one off quite in time. And Rukavina looks like he's really been injured this time. Take a look at this one more time first. A great pass by Broya, and Mbuku needs to shoot right there instead of trying to round the keeper. Does a pretty poor job of it. Rukavina has been injured twice now. So we will take him off. We wanted to keep him on through the half, and he did a good job for us. But unfortunately, we're going to have to take him off now and see who we have. We keep running out of players. Could put in Carlos Bogus, and I think that's what we're going to try to do. So we'll take him off. Adamamola is the other one I'm a little bit worried about, and we don't really have anybody who can play back on that left side. I think we're going to actually put in Andrea Hahn, who's barely played at all. So we'll see if he can do something there in the back and hope that we didn't just destroy everything. And this is kind of the step you need to take. And I say it was that left fullback role. After we've had a lot of problems with injuries, we have a number of players there, but they've all been hurt. And Hahn introduces himself by fouling the first guy he sees. So that's not necessarily what we wanted him to do, but it was effective. Trulson does a poor job trying to clear that. And we better be careful here. We don't want to let them back into this match. And Trulson finally comes away with this after we play a little bit of heading ping pong. Here's Campbell with it. Forward for Hoti. Hoti forward for Borges. And wins a corner. So, I mean, that's something. But the way that our corners have been going, you got to wonder if we're going to ever be able to score anything. We're going to go far post again here. There it is, just as I said. And that's what we've seen every single time we've gone far post. It always ends up in the hands of the keeper. So, yeah, that hasn't been working so well, has it? Here's Hahn. Over to Borges. Hahn doesn't know what to do with himself, not used to this position. Back to Borges now. And that crossing pass just doesn't work. Gumni in the back over to Nathan. Nathan takes a shot from range, and that goes up and over everything. So it was an idea. It's the thought that counts. And we're able to head this away just barely. Broya lumps this forward again from Buku. Buku's got space, but he doesn't have any friends with him. I mean, it was him against, I think, 7 other guys. Not really the best thought out plan in the world. Trulson over to Nathan. Down to Gumi. Forward for Broya. Passed one more time, and instead he tries to take a shot. If he passed one more time, he had Mbuku set up right next to him. I just don't think he saw him. Nathan will try this again, and Trulson does get his head onto it, but it doesn't quite work. That near post corner, I think, might have a little bit more promise than the far post one. The way we've been taking it, it hasn't gone that well. We don't have particularly good corner takers anyway. That's been part of the problem. And Klein able to get to that with no problem. We give up a corner there. I'm not sure that we needed to give up a corner on that. Nathan does a good job to win this. And he's fouled right away. Hahn does an excellent job there again. I mean, he's not used to that position. It's a great job, though, to win that ball, and then Mbuku gives it up right away. That was probably one pass too many, I think. And Hahn almost wins it again. Good sliding tackle. Gumni comes from out of nowhere, and they're going to call a foul, I think. Somebody fouled Rusnak. I didn't really see that. And they've been awarded a penalty, and I didn't see that at all. 70 minutes into this, about to be 2-1. And there it is. Klein not very good on trying to save those penalties. So it's 2-1 now, Augsburg. I didn't see where there was a foul at all. Of course, the game won't go back and show you that part. I think that was kind of a phantom call. I'm not quite sure what was going on. So 2-1 now the score. And we have 20 minutes to hold on. Hahn does a poor job trying to hold on to that ball. But it goes back to Manga in the back. Hahn has done actually pretty well here in that position that he's not so familiar with. Campbell over to Mbuku, and Broya can't quite get over to it. It'll be Trulson in the back again. Gumni over to Nathan. There's forward for Broya, who gets to it, and then Buku, and he's got it. I think he's onside.
Torschütze heute Nachmittag für das Team der Torschützen.
Nope. You say it was offside. Yeah, look at that right there. And it wasn't just him. There were two men who were standing offside. So it's a good call. Campbell over to Nathan. Nathan has it. And he was tackled, but there's no call. So more kung fu fighting here in this FA Cup match. Be Trulson in the back who corrals this over to Gumni, forward for Campbell. Look at that speed. And we win a corner. I don't know. I mean, compared to the penalty call that they got, I'm thinking, what do we have to do? I mean, it's getting kind of brutal down there. Let's see if we can hold on to this. Han. And for Trulson, couldn't find him. Gumni now in the back. Does a good job to hold on to it. Campbell over to Nathan. And he just takes a shot. Might as well. It didn't quite go in, but it's not necessarily the worst idea in the world. Han here with this now. And forward for Mbuku again. Mbuku gets himself into those positions and can do some things with it, but then he keeps giving up the ball right away. Campbell with it, over to Nathan, forward for Broya, who heads it on forward. I think he was offside. They're not calling it, but it looked like he probably was. 10 minutes left, and we keep having all of these highlights, which is the problem. Here's Mbuku again with a lot of pace, and he just takes a shot. He might as well. It's saved by Fry once again. He's had a number of key saves here for Seattle, and that's what's kind of been keeping us from exerting our dominance. And Mbuku again, a little bit behind that one. That one wasn't so well thought through. Fry lumps this forward. Gumni wins it. Campbell back to Gumni, very good. Nathan had a touch on it as well. Mbuku, and that was awful. That was awful. It was a great build-up, but that was doesn't know where the goal is. Mbuku's still having some problems trying to score. If he scores, he's offside, and if he doesn't score, or if he isn't offside, then there's another problem. Doesn't shoot it on target. Trulson, Nathan over for Campbell, and here he comes, and it's just a little bit too far in front of him. And that was not very good by Nathan. Now we have problems. Nathan does win this in the back. And Klein just is able to tip that one over, preventing the equalizer. So we have 2 minutes left of this. I don't really want to see that highlight. And we've given up. No, we haven't given up another corner. Han is fast enough to go back and get it. Campbell to Nathan. Back to Campbell, over to Gumni. Looking for Broya, and it's just one too many, I think. There you go, and there's Broya, who I think is offside. Nope, he was onside, and we end up winning the corner. 3 minutes of added time left, so we just have a couple minutes here to hold on, and then we're good. And Fry was somewhere in that mix of players. I mean, the idea, I guess, behind that corner was to kind of lob it up in the middle and hope something happens. Campbell over to Hoti. Broya, forward from Buku's way offside. I don't know what happened there. Corgus brings this down. This looks a little bit more normal. Forward for Mbuku, and that'll be a throw. Just a couple seconds left here. The question is, can we hold on? Mbuku does win this up, pops it up for Campbell, I think, in the end, and that's the end of that. So the end of that match was a little bit concerning. We had a fairly good match. I'm a little bit worried about Mbuku and his lack of performance, so he's one we're going to have to keep an eye on. I have a feeling he might not be on this club for much longer. I think that he's a player that came up with, that's with Augsburg by default. So we'll see what happens. We end up winning 2-1, and we needed a victory, and there you go for your FA Cup 7th round. So we move on. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye.